In a well-organized business, every employee knows his roles and responsibilities. Basically, a staff account that has the default rights will only be able to access the dashboard, limited info, messages and the information pages. In the moment when you've assigned a model to the admin, from Models Settings page, this admin will have almost full view rights over that model, access model's earnings, scheduler, etc., disregarding the fact that the account will not be able to see any of the other models, except if they are also assigned to her or him. The web panel functions, basically, by the following principles. Everyone can have full, or partial, access to several functionalities of the software. But in the same time, even if with limited access, a staff account might get access over some functionalities if that is required for completing his tasks. So, let's take the following scenario. Let's have trainer Mike, which will take care of models Sarah and Jane. I, as owner, want that Mike to fully manage and improve these two models, but ignore all other. After you've assigned him the above two models, he will be able to view and inspect the evolution graphs of those two models. He will have access over their payments, read-only though. He will be able to write new reviews, evaluations. He will be allowed to access their documents. He will be able to access their campsite accounts. He will be able to schedule them in the scheduler, to add earnings, etc. But all other graphs in the panel will be limited to the two models that he has access over. He above makes that all graphs Mike sees, and other details, are very different than other admin sees, for example Christian, who might have access on all models. On the other hand, it's best to have staff dedicated to various aspects of the panel. We will give you few scenarios here, so you understand that they are possible. Rights for an accountant. In the case you want to give your accountant rights in the panel, you will need to give them access view earnings and payments, and leave the rest of the fields unselected. Rights for lead trainers. Lead trainers must have access over all written reviews, written by smaller trainers, and maybe also to earnings, etc. Rights for photographers. Photographers, for example, might only need access to the list of models and tasks. That is all they should have access on. Rights for the admins that take care of campsite accounts. It is very likely that only a few persons in your studio have the rights to create model accounts. So, only for those, give them the rights to add campsite accounts for your models, securing yourself this way from the all others that should not have access there. Rights for human resources. You can only allow a specific person to register new accounts in your panel software. There are interview sections, for both staff and performers, separated. You can edit the rights and roles of every member of your team anytime. Go to Active Accounts under the Our Staff panel and click the Edit Roles button, and select the right you want to give or take away from your staff member. To select multiple roles, just hold the Control key on your keyboard.